Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu, where it's time for another update on the world of K-pop. This week in K-pop was actually pretty quiet overall, but of course we had tons of news surrounding the Girls Planet 999 finale, the final group roster, and the group's name. Plus we've got new music from IU, 17, CN Blue, and more. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your picks in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Alright, now let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news update for October 24th, 2021. So, Girls Planet 999 was 100% the biggest story this week as the girl group spawning survival show came to a conclusion this week and created that new group. But before we get to the results and what the group will be called, in typical Mnet fashion, there was already some controversy before the final episode even aired. That's because when Mnet revealed the interim rankings between episodes on the Girls' Night special broadcast, the results were pretty shocking. They were almost completely reversed from the previous episode, filling the top 9 almost exclusively with Korean idols. This of course is especially a concern given that Mnet markets Girls Planet 999 as forming a global girl group with a mix of Korean, Chinese, and Japanese idols. So now I'm going to get to the final results. So if you don't want spoilers because you're still going to watch it, jump ahead in the video chapters to the new releases section. Alright, so the spoilers begin right now. The 9 members who won the show and will form the group are, from number 9 all the way to number 1, Shen Jiaoting, Sakamoto Mashiro, Ezaki Hikaru, Kang Ye-seo, So Young-eun, Kim Da-yeon, Choi Yoo-jin, Hyuning Bahie, and at number 1, Kim Chae-hyun. So first off, a huge congratulations to these 9 girls who will be forming the girl group called Kepler. I do appreciate the choice of name in terms of it being related to space, but does anybody know why there's a random number 1 in there? Why can't it just be the regular word with a letter L? Anyways, we've already got promo pictures and social media accounts popping up for the new group Kepler, but obviously since it's Mnet, there is always other discussions being had too. Now to be clear, nothing is substantiated, this is all just speculation at this point. But there are definitely some questionable things going on here, like why did Yurina, who is consistently top 9, not make the group? Why were the votes of Korean voters weighted so much more than those of the international fans? Why did the rankings reverse at the 11th hour and pretty much stay that way in the finale? Why are the top 6 all Korean after that reversal? And why does Twice have more international members than Kepler when Kepler was meant to be a global group from the beginning? Again, there have been no formal complaints or allegations made in terms of integrity, but given Mnet's history, I think it's fair to ask those questions as there definitely seems to be something strange going on in that final ranking. And I shouldn't lose sight of the main point here. These 9 girls deserve a big congratulations, and I'm very curious to see what their music ends up looking like as this new group called Kepler. Now with that, let's get to a fantastic week of new comebacks in K-pop. We'll kick things off with IU, who is back with a fantastic, easy listening bop set in a delightfully pink universe. Here is Strawberry Moon. 17's new comeback Rock With You is so crisp and intense from the very first beat. CL is in her element as her authentic self in her new comeback. This is Taya Cherry. Just in time for Halloween, but not my Halloween video, is boy group Kingdom's powerful new song Black Crown. Super Junior's Unhyuk delivers a wonderful artistic experience in this new song called B. One has dropped this epic new video inspired by traditional sounds. This is Intro Window. CN Blue has gone Western. Here's their cinematic new comeback Love Cut. Pixie released this animated MV for the song Moonlight this week. And last but certainly not least, we have Infinite's Nam Woo-hyun back with his latest solo release, Common Passion. As always, I want to know what songs from the past week caught your eye down below in the comments. My pick this week is hands down, without a doubt, IU's Strawberry Moon. IU might just be pushing towards my ultimate bias at this point, and this song is just a perfect easy listening background track with some effortless power notes baked in right near the end. And now for some upcoming releases in Comeback Watch. We'll start here with Monsta X, who've been confirmed to be making a new album soon. The new music should release by the end of November. Jun So-mi is coming back and looking great in her latest pictures. Her release is scheduled for next week on the 29th of October. And speaking of comebacks that are really close, how about tomorrow? NCT 127's repackaged album Favorite is coming out tomorrow, October 25th. And while it's not technically a release, Eric Nam has announced a world tour. There are a ton of locations here and I might just go see him in Toronto. And now back to some more news, starting with IU. The legendary singer has earned a perfect all-kill for this song, making it her 21st song with a perfect all-kill. For reference, the next highest totals are from Big Bang at 5 and BTS and Twice at 4. Wow. aespa Savage just keeps impressing. This week the girl group passed 500,000 in sales for their first album Savage, a huge feat no doubt. BTS has left Columbia Records. The megastars are now signed on to a new deal with Universal Music, who will no doubt provide a lot better support for BTS internationally than Columbia did. I also have a sneaking suspicion that this move might have been a prerequisite before the new album comes out. And speaking of BTS, Jimin and Taehyung have reason to be very excited. The song Friends has been confirmed as part of the OST for the upcoming Marvel movie Eternals. I'm not normally one to watch Marvel movies, but maybe I will this time. SM and CJ E&M are putting the brakes on rampant rumors about a possible acquisition. Though it is still likely to happen, like we talked about last week, both companies put out statements this week that various discussions are ongoing with different companies and that nothing is confirmed right now. Basically just trying to temper expectations until the thing happens. An Yoo-jin has returned to Inkigayo as an MC. Her first episode was today's Inkigayo show, and funnily enough, this now means that there's a former IZ*ONE member hosting each of the 3 weekend music shows: Wonyoung, Minju, and Yoo-jin. And for our final news story, Seal graced the set of Hot Ones this week. The soloist stayed surprisingly composed while eating those really hot wings, and interestingly enough, she said this was the first time that she's ever eaten on camera. And with that, let's move on to another exciting week in music shows, where we had 5 trophies to hand out since M Countdown did not have a broadcast this week. And Hypen started the week off strong and would end up taking 3 different wins for their song Tame Dashed on the show, Show Champion, and Music Bank. But aespa still held on to their spot this week as they won another 2 shows for Savage, those coming on Show Music Core and Inkigayo. Will any of this week's comebacks be able to take over on next week's shows? Let me know who you think will win next week in the comments below. Alright K-popers, you're now officially caught up on everything going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about all the week's news and the new music in the comments section below. As always, if you want to stay caught up with the K-pop world as it happens while having tons of fun every single week, make sure you're subscribed right here to Hallyu.